So, hi guys, here we are, MMA UK News. Obviously, myself, Stoomboy, as always, MMA UK BJJ show. So, talking about Grapplefest 11. Grapplefest 11, going to be at the usual place, Fusion Nightclub, Fleet Street in Liverpool. That's going to be Saturday, the 26th of February. Now, tickets for this event, guys, are all sold out. So you will not be able to get a ticket anywhere at all. You might be lucky. Some fighters might have a couple of tickets left, but I very much doubt it because these tickets are in high demand. So the only place you are going to be able to watch it is going to be Flow Grappling. Now, I've been telling everybody this. Flow Grappling, when you order Flow Grappling, it does default to a yearly subscription. So if you are choosing it for this event, make sure you do choose the monthly option if you plan on cancelling it after it. It will only cost you, I think, monthly options are about £12 or £14. Otherwise, you will be charged that full yearly subscription. Now, it's going to be a great night of grappling matches. As I say, you have a prelim and a main card, obviously headlined by Daisy Fresh versus Europe. So Daisy Fresh coming over with some of the best grapplers that the US has to offer, and they're going to be taking on some of the best grapplers in the UK and Europe. So going to be an absolute fantastic night of matches. Now, my next guest is going to be on that card that night. He's on the main card. So Jeremy Pare so we had a couple of gyms. We had Gracie Barra Ottawa and Gracie Barra Newport Beach. So obviously representing Gracie Barra when he does come over. So Jeremy's going to be up against Shane Curtis. So one of our kind of top guys in UK. And again, it promises to be a fantastic matchup. If you go on YouTube, there is some footage of Jeremy. You'll be able to kind of get a glimpse of what Jeremy's all about. So definitely have a look out for him when he comes over. So Jeremy, listen, thank you very much for obviously taking the time to speak to me.
And thank you for having me.
Definitely. So you're going to be over here. You're going to be over here with Kendall Rooston. So you guys are going to be traveling about a bit as well before and after Grapplefest.
Yes. Yeah, I think we're going to be there spending it, I think, 3 weeks out there, kind of going all over Europe a little bit. We'll be at Europeans. We'll do some seminars out there. We'll be at Grapplefest. We'll be at the Daisy Fresh camp. So it's going to be awesome. We're very excited.
Yeah, it's definitely. I saw the schedule. We kind of had a laugh about this beforehand, but the schedule is it's stacked. It's very stacked.
It's busy, that's the way we like it.
Yes. But you seem to be in a different place every single day doing a different seminar. But as we mentioned, as I say, some of the gyms you guys are going to, some really, really awesome gyms. And as I say, the people you're going to meet, some really, really nice people.
Oh, for sure. It's gonna be really cool, and having the chance to travel, especially with Kendall as well. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be really fun. I'm super excited. Yeah, can't come soon enough already.
Definitely. And anybody that's got Kendall on Instagram, Kendall mentioned that she's going to be. She didn't mention you by name to start with, but she said she's coming over with this young purple belt who is. Yeah, a top purple belt. So she's already been putting you out there, Jeremy.
I'm excited. Yeah, she's the best. She beats me up all the time, though.
Nice. So what about you then, training-wise? I mean, in regards to obviously you training out in Ottawa and obviously Newport Beach, was there much restrictions for you in regards to training?
So here right now there is a lot. So in Newport Beach, when I go train in California, there's no restrictions. So the training's pretty much open. But right now here in Canada, the situation is pretty bad. It's a full lockdown right now. So training's pretty low key. We have to do backdoor training and, go to people's houses and train. But, it makes the experience a little bit cooler as well. It's a bit hard to find training, but once we do, it's always good training. So it's really cool. The restrictions are a bit hard. But those, I think they're opening up by the end of next week. So it won't be too bad, but yeah, the restrictions are not fun here. Everything's pretty much shut down.
Yeah, we were the same in the UK, where we were restricted. Obviously, gyms were not allowed to open. We did have some fight clubs but obviously we don't talk about them. But there was a few. I mean, obviously some people still got some training in, which was absolutely awesome. But I'd say the majority, especially in Scotland as well, Scotland, we got hit quite bad, so we had very, very tight restrictions. And whether it being a smaller country, I'd say if anybody opened up, everybody knew about it. So yeah, we were similar.
Yeah, it was really bad. Like here, actually, on Monday they just lifted. We had like a 10 p.m. curfew.
Right.
So yeah, past 10 p.m. we couldn't go outside. So they kept it pretty locked down here, but now it's finally starting to open up. Hopefully soon. So, but yeah, it's we're training, like we're going to my friend's house and he has like this big garage with like a full gym in there, so that's not bad. And we're doing like secret training, but yeah, it's really fun. It's a cool experience. It's while everyone's kind of locked down, I get to like sneak into some training, so it's fun.
Definitely, it sounds awesome. I mean, that's the thing. See, in 10 years' time or 20 years' time, we'll look back on this and laugh and think that time for what 18 months, nearly 2 years, we didn't get any training. Whereas obviously we all laugh about it in years to come.
Yeah, no, it's true. It's especially like I think the beginning of the quarantine more than now, because beginning was really crazy. Like we were going like. We were putting like sheets over the windows. We were like parking sheets over the windows. We had like a secret knock and everything. Like it was, but now it's better. But looking back, it's fun. It's a cool experience.
It definitely is. And then obviously you're in Grapplefest 11. So Grapplefest 11 is probably Grapplefest in general is probably one of the top submission only events in Europe at the moment. Obviously we have Polaris, but in regards to kind of pushing out kind of young talent from blue belts all the way up to black belts, Grapplefest is probably the kind of leader in regards to what they do. So I mean, how did you find out you were going to be on Grapplefest?
Man, so me and Kendall were supposed to do a road trip across the states, and I was supposed to drive out back to California. But the trip got canceled last minute, just due to some visa complications. So like really last minute, we couldn't go. So then we kind of like talked and we were trying to figure out like different plans, because we had plans to compete at the East Coast trials, but that got pushed back. So then we looked at everything, and then she's like, well, I'm going to Grapplefest. And I'm like, okay, well, let's do it. And then I get a call the next day and she's like, guess what? You're fighting on Grapplefest. And I'm like, all right, let's go. Guess we're going to Euro now. So I had to like book some chain, and then it was on. And so yeah, Kendall really hooked it up for me. She's the best. I'm super excited, especially not just to go to Europe with her, but fight on the same card as her. I think it'll be the first time since. So yeah, that's gonna be really cool.
Yeah, and both of you have tough matches. Obviously, Shane Curtis. Obviously, Shane Curtis is one of the top talents in the UK in regards to grappling and so on. And obviously, Kendall up against Fionn Davies, who.
Yeah.
With Fionn Davies, but Kendall herself. I mean, Kendall's absolutely awesome, world champion. Fionn exactly the same. So
yeah, that's gonna. I'm really excited for that match. It's gonna be really cool. It's gonna be fireworks. Yeah, it's gonna be cool.
And then watching your match as well. I mean, we talk about you and Shane Curtis. I mean, obviously, anybody that's said, if you go on YouTube, you'll be able to see some of Jeremy's matches on YouTube, obviously on his own Instagram and things like that. And then Shane Curtis, so very, very similar styles and so on. So again, it's going to be a really, really interesting and exciting matchup as well.
Yeah, I didn't check him out too much. I kind of just, heard the name and it was cool. I checked him out a little bit. I saw he looks exciting, so it's gonna be a fun match. It's gonna be fun. I'm there to put on a show and have a good time and give the people what they want. But it's gonna be fun. I'm excited. It's gonna be a good time.
Yeah, I don't know if you've seen Grapplefest, any videos of Grapplefest. It's very, very. When you go in, it's very, very intimate because the crowd are on top of the mats, and it's a very, very knowledgeable crowd as well. So you know how you maybe go to some events like maybe, I don't know, an IBJJF comp where you've got, obviously some people know what they're looking at, whereas you've got other spectators that maybe aren't as clued up in regards to rules and so on. Whereas Grapplefest, the crowd, the fans know what they're looking at, and they know exciting matches and so on.
Yeah, it's gonna be cool. You know, I looked at some of the previous ones. Like I looked at the when Rotolo was on there, and you know when Kendall fought there. I think she fought there last time. And yeah, it always looks super sick. Like I always find like always like in Europe, the crowd is always awesome. Like I always look at like Europeans versus Pans. Europeans is always it's personally my favorite tournament. You know, just Europe in general is always super cool. The shows are always awesome. Like Polaris is sick. Grapplefest is awesome. So it's gonna be really cool to go out and get to fight again in Europe. So I'm excited. It's gonna be awesome.
Listen, we're looking forward to seeing you coming over, definitely. So, and then what about this year then? So 2022 is going to be our first full year of grappling events and things like that. So, I mean, obviously we've got the big road trip, the European road trip that you're about to take. So, what's your plans after that then, after Grapplefest and so on?
Yeah, so we're gonna do this big Euro trip, and then after that, the goal is to go back to California. And then I would actually focus mostly on the gi for like the big part of my career. So now this year, Saul and Kendall convinced me, so I'm going full no gi this year. So I'll be focusing specifically on no gi, doing a lot of super shows out there, like Fight to Win, Third Coast, things like that. And then all no gi majors, so no gi worlds, Pans, everything. I just want to do everything, to be honest. Everything big that's in no gi, I want to go and compete. And, yeah, so pretty much everything I can go to, I'll be there. So yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
Definitely. And listen, I know you, as I said, from me being a previous Gracie Barra, it was all about the gi. We love the gi at Gracie Barra. So what's your preference then? Obviously, you mainly trained in the gi, but obviously you've trained some no gi as well. So what's your big preference?
Yeah, so I actually I really didn't train a lot in the no gi at all since. And then I went to Mexico. And we had like this big Gracie Barra adventure camp. And then that's kind of where I met Kendall. I met all like the big people from Gracie Barra. Like that's where I met Professor Upiano, Professor Jacolino, Professor Almo Bahal. It was a big camp where basically you would go and you would train there, train with these high level guys. And I realized I was getting beat up less in no-gi. So I was like, okay, this is maybe something I need to look more into. And then after that, I went down to Houston, Texas. And I went to go train at Gracie Barra West Chase with Professor Upiano, with Pedro Mourinho, Professor Bruno. And then that's really when I started training a lot in no-gi, just because that's where they were training. And then after that, when I got to California, again, Professor Kendall, Professor Saul, they focused on no-gi. So that kind of gave me the itch again. And it's kind of weird. Like I've been training for a very long time. So in the gi, it's starting to get a little bit repetitive. You know, the grips and like the game gets very similar after a while, like a lot of stalling, not, you know, it gets kind of boring. Whereas like in the no-gi, I find just the pace of the match is always fun. Like you always have to be moving, always have constant action, always have like, you know, constant attacks going. It's good. I just like the pace a little bit better of no-gi. I like in the gi though, I do find you can be a little bit more creative in your attacks. So that's definitely where the good part of the gi. But yeah, lately I've been loving the no-gi scene, you know, doing a lot of leg locks and really feeling the no-gi pace more, getting more wrestling in. So it's really fun. I'm really liking no-gi right now. So it's cool.
But you're not gonna put the gi away. The gi's still there. It's still there.
Always.
So we're definitely not going to put that away.
Oh no, never. No, I think during our seminar tour in Europe, we got a couple of gi seminars, so it's gonna be cool to put the gi on a little bit. But no, I mean, I'm focusing on no gi, but still putting on the gi once in a while. You know, here we train in the gi like a couple times a week, so I'm still getting some gi training in.
That's good. That's what I like to hear. So, and then we just got a comment coming in, obviously from Lise Sharon, just saying hi from Canada. So, just a quick hello from Canada there. So, and then final thing for you then, Jeremy. So, obviously you've been in the game. I mean, you're what, 20-year-old, 21-year-old at the moment?
Yeah, just turned 20.
20, and so you've been in the game. I think when I looked at you, is it about 10 years?
So I've been training since I'm 6, so almost going on 14 in May.
So 14 years. So you've been in the game for a long time, time. So anybody you want to shout out to, so any kind of friends, family members, teammates, or sponsors that you may have.
Man, the whole team from Gracie Barra, you know, they're my people. I love them. So everyone from GB, I said, what's up? Europeans, can't wait to see you guys all there. I'll be at Europeans. Everyone from the UK tour that me and Kendall are coming to visit. Can't wait to see you guys. All the gyms that we're stopping. It's gonna be awesome. And yeah, just can't wait to be back in Europe competing again. And yeah.
Definitely. So, listen, we're looking forward to coming over again. Lee's coming in again. Lee Sharon just saying he's my grandson.
Yeah.
So listen, so thank you for commenting, Elise. So there we have it, guys. We're going to have Jeremy Pare up against Shane Curtis. That's going to be Grapplefest 11, Fusion Nightclub, Fleet Street in Liverpool. That's Saturday, the 26th of February. So make sure you get on Flow Grappling for this, because as I say, there is no tickets left, guys. So you will not be able to get a ticket for the night. Don't turn up on the night expecting to buy a ticket at the door, because as I said, unfortunately, that will not happen. So make sure you go on Flow Grappling and make sure you choose them monthly options. Do not let it default to the 1 year subscription. All right. So, so listen, Jeremy, thank you very much for obviously taking the time to speak to me. It's an absolute pleasure. I say Gracie Barra still holds a place in my heart. So I always love to see any GB guy coming in and fighting on the top shows and things like that. So
yeah, it's always exciting. I love my GB people as well, and you know, it's awesome. It's awesome. The team is so big. It's always cool to meet new people.
It definitely is. It definitely is. Well, listen, stay safe. Okay. Obviously, train well, and I'll see you next month, buddy.
Yes, I'll see you very soon.
Thank you. Take care, buddy.
Thank you. Have a good one.